We're going to start recording. Welcome, everybody. You are muted, but you have the ability to unmute yourself, I believe. So since there's few of us here, we're going to go ahead and do introductions, if that's okay. If you're comfortable introducing yourself, please do. I will start. My name is Laura Laufer. I'm the project director for Empowering Mountain Food Systems. We're a 3-year project. We're based in the 7 southwestern North Carolina counties of Graham, Clay, Cherokee, Jackson, Swain, Macon, and Haywood, and the Qualla boundary. So thrilled to be here, and our goal is to increase local farmer income and food businesses and help, in light of COVID, we kind of have a new focus to help farms and food businesses be more resilient. So we're thrilled that Southwest Commission has been an absolute stalwart project partner, and this mapping project couldn't have been possible without them. So I will show you, I'll screen share our website with you at the end of this presentation, but hopefully you know about Empowering Mountain Food Systems already and know what we're trying to do in the region. So with that, I will open it up to anybody else who would like to introduce themselves. Go for it.
I'll start. I'm Kim Terrell. I'm the new Family Consumer Science Agent for Macon and Clay counties.
Great, Kim. I look forward to meeting you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
And Lauren, you're next in my line, Lauren.
I'll introduce myself, Lisa Gonzalez, former EMFS member, now in Clay County as the Ag Agent and CED.
Great. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Hill. I'm an assistant on the Empowering Mountain Food Systems project. Nice to be with you today.
Thank you, Lauren.
Laura Grandstaff. I'm with Southwestern Commission in the Workforce Development Department.
Great, thanks for coming.
And I'm Russ Harris, also with the Southwestern Commission. And just to echo what Laura said, this has been a great partnership and one that we feel can have a positive impact on the region, and we're excited about.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Hostetler. I work for Rivendell Farms of the Carolinas, and I have been working with Laura and Russ and the team on the mapping portion.
And Jess, it's you to wrap us up on intros.
All right. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. My name is Jess. I am consulting with EMFS as Evaluations and Communications. And one thing that I'm really excited to share with you guys is the upcoming advertisement for our new on-farm paid college student apprenticeship. So Laura, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen really quick to show you guys the flyer, if that works.
Sure.
Okay.
Is it allowed
here,
to do that?
Let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
No, I'm going to stop my share. There you go.
There you go. All right. So this is our flyer that we are just releasing as of yesterday, talking about these amazing opportunities. We have 7 part-time paid opportunities for students in the area at 7 different farms. I'm really interested in the meat making, so there's some cool opportunities. So if you guys are interested in distributing this flyer to your folks, just go ahead and put your email in the chat and I will send it your way. And Laura, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, just really excited. We had to get a special dispensation from NC State to have these apprentices be on site during COVID, but our apprenticeship coordinator, Christina, did a fantastic job working with all of the the sites to make sure that there's COVID safe precautions for the students. And so we're really excited about that. All righty.
Awesome.
Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen and get started. All righty. Well, oops, open. We were very fortunate this summer to work with Ann Wade. She's now a graduate student at Clemson, and Southwest Commission hired Ann to work this summer, and this was a very large part of what she did. And so I'm using her slide previous webinar to explain the project. And so I'm going to share her slides with you. So the COVID-19 presented a unique opportunity to connect communities in Western North Carolina with resources, and our collaboration with Rivendell Farms of the Carolinas created an interactive online map of relevant food resources for Charlotte. And I've been working with that team for over a year, advising them, and talked with Russ and realized that this would be a long-standing resource that Empowering Mountain Food Systems could create in the region. So with support from Appalachian Regional Commission and Russ's team, we decided to undertake this project. And so the idea was to create an interactive and easy to access online map connecting communities with food resources. And we had to define, what does that mean, food resources? So food pantries are a big part of the work that's happening in the region, and a resource obviously for people who are in need during COVID and beyond. A directory for farms and farmers markets, and also food infrastructure resources. We want folks to know where their certified kitchens are, where they can take their meat for processing, where other resources there are for packing and shipping. And so we had to collect that data through surveys and detailed online searches. And Erin helped us develop these surveys that are still an integral part of the mapping process now. And we had to make sure that all participants are aware of how their information was being used. And so we can share how we made that decision. So here is the result from our surveys and all of the work that Ann put into this. You can see this really intense database. And Erin will go into how these show up on the map. Here's a survey that we developed. And again, this survey is a living document. This is still available to people in the community. And that's what we want to keep putting out there. So we want all of our partners, ideally, we're trying to figure out how to work with cooperative extension offices so the map can be on extension web pages, and folks can get to it that way as well. And that way also farmers can have the opportunity to get their information on there. So we offered farmers and food businesses an opt-out. We were doing this in the summer, the busiest time of the year. And so if we did, for many farmers, and so if we didn't hear from folks, we didn't want to necessarily not include them. So as a team, we decided to use the opt-out. And so folks had the opportunity to say, no, please do not include me. And that's how we came up with our final list. So here is our final product. The FoodRoute map, and I am going to now hand it over to Erin, who's going to do a walkthrough with y'all for how to maneuver in the map and also how to upload new resources. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share. So Erin, you should be able to hop on now.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. What I have learned working with Zoom is that sometimes I can get just a little crackly for the first couple of seconds after I share my screen. So just bear with that while it irons out. Also, we have some construction near our house today. So if there's some background noise while I'm speaking, I'm sorry, but I'm doing my best to minimize that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Laura, can you give me a thumbs up if it looks good?
You look great.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, yay. Thanks, Lauren. Okay. So this is where the map lives on the Southwestern Commission's website. So the address is just regiona.org/FoodRoute, and it will take you straight to this page. And so basically this is, we have a brief description here about, why you might use this tool, what kind of information you will be finding on the tool, and then also information on how to update or add to the data that is being shared. And the way that you access the map, is you actually click on the picture of the map itself. And when you do that, it will take you to this page. I went ahead and preloaded it just because of, Zoom fun. So this is where you will land when you click on the map. And so you'll be taken to this page, and it'll have this about section. So even more of an introduction, but also some tips for navigating and helping the end user just get acquainted with the tool and the platform itself. So we are using ArcGIS for, for the technical, that's our technical platform for this resource, which is a great, super robust tool, as you all know, but adding some narrative here to just help people who might not be as familiar with the platform navigate it is the intention. And so it kind of tells you like what you'll find on these different tabs, which are all up here at the top. And then gives a little bit more background on the partners and just some general information, and also how the information has been collected, kind of speaking to the data itself. So that's the about, and then you can very easily just click off of that. And then this is our data. So we have several tools on here that help people navigate and kind of distill out the information they're looking for. One of those is this tool called the info summary. So if we click on this, then what we're shown is a list and basically the inventory of data points that the screen is currently displaying. So right now we are looking at 40 food pantries, 17 additional food access resources, 15 farmers markets. But, for example, if we wanted to zoom in on the map, then these numbers will change. And if we click on, if we click on this little down caret, it will give us a list of all of the different points, again, that are within the map's view. And that'll do that for all of the different points there. So that's one tool that's kind of fun, just to kind of distill out some of the information that's listed here. And then another tool that we have on this tab, or on this overview tab, is our Near Me. So this one's cool too, because and I apologize that my internet is just not super right now. But here we can either enter an address that we want to find resources or farms or businesses near. We can also center on, like, go to our location. I'm not going to do that because I'm in Charlotte, so there won't be anything that'll pull up from Charlotte. But if you have geolocation enabled on your laptop or on your phone, so you can use this map on your phone. It works really well on a mobile device. Then you can use this button to find things that are within 5 miles, a 5-mile radius of where you are. You can also change this if you just wanted to see 3 miles, or maybe you want to go all the way up to 15. You can massage that radius. And then there's also just a pin drop. So to do that, you click on the little pin, and then you click anywhere on the map. And it'll draw a radius, so around the pin, a 5-mile radius, and then all of these different points just to show you what's around. Which is cool. So that's the overview tab, and I'm gonna click back on the info summary just really quickly, because this also acts as a legend for us. And I'll point out the different icons on the additional tabs too, but you can access that legend there. And then just some other like general navigation is the search bar up here, zoom in and out, and then the home, and you can also do go to my location here. The next tab, so our food access resources tab. And do I still have you all?
Yes.
Okay, good, perfect, okay. Zoom just kind of changed. Let me leave for a second. So this is our food access resources tab. So this is where we're going to find food pantries, which are indicated by the light brown tan shopping bags, little paper bags, and then other food access resources, so other nonprofits or service agencies that serve the community in a way other than a food pantry. And those are indicated by the red dinner plate. So an example of one of those, just another support organization. And so as you can see, when you click on a point, it'll pop up and it'll tell you some information. So we have the name, we have the address, what county they're in, and then hours of operation, the different services that are provided, and all of those here. So TFAP, they distribute food boxes. So this looks like it's a food distribution site. If they do drive-up distribution, free lunch programs, prepared meals, resources, and then if there's anything else that they do that they want us to know about, they will have indicated that there. And then there's information, being mindful of practices right now because of the pandemic, information what to know before you come. Do you need to make an appointment? How else have your operations changed because of COVID? And then we have just contact information. So this is specific to this layer, but if there's a way that individuals can support the organization, then that information will pop up here. If it's blank, that means that they just did not respond to that question. And then any additional information that they want shared. So this location did not have any additional information to share. So that's what will pop up on any point on the map. And over on this right-hand side, this gray box here, again, it's just more navigation. So the legend is what pops up first, but then we also have the near me tool on this tab. So if people wanted to do, again, that radial search, they can. Here we go up to 50 miles. So if they want to, really take a broad radius, then they have that ability here. And then there's some steps there for how to use it. And then we have the link to the food access resource survey down at the bottom. So then people can directly access that. This is, I'm sorry, it's this one. So this is a survey that will pop up. My apologies. To either update or add information to the map. So again, just brief introduction. A lot of that is just repeated from the tool itself. There's some contact information. These surveys and the tool itself really work best in Google Chrome. But again, that's work best. They'll work in other browsers as well. And then here, this is just where we ask the information. And we've noted what will or will not be shared publicly. So there's some things that are just helpful for the back-end management, like these 3 questions here in particular, just in case there's follow-up information or they're updating. And then it just goes through and it asks for the information. One of the most important features of this survey is the map point right here. And this will usually display a map. And this is where we actually get the point to put on the map. So this is kind of the technical translation, if you will, for that map point. And then, you know, as soon as someone submits information through this survey, it is automatically updated to the map, which is pretty cool. So that's how, if anyone wants to know how to add or update, each one of these tabs has its own unique survey. So then if we go to the next tab, which is our farms and farmers markets, again, kind of introducing, letting you know what you're going to find on this tab, what those different layers and icons represent. So our farms are the pink beets, and farmers markets are light blue produce boxes. And then we also have agritourism displayed here for the farms, and that's the dark blue barn that's over top of the beet. And then it has some information on agritourism there, and then an introduction to the different tools. And then the survey for farms and farmers markets. So here, we have our legend, and then there's a new tool. There's the filter. So if we click on that, then we can filter through farms, the farm data. And the farms that were chosen to be displayed on this project are all direct-to-consumer farms. So just people from the general public looking to buy food, they can use this tool to figure out, maybe where or how a farm sells their product. So using this filter tool, the farmers markets, so these light blue produce boxes, will not change. They're going to stay the same. So this is only going to affect our pink beets. And the same goes for these dark blue barns for our agritourism. But if we click, if we just click on these toggles, then it'll change the view, and we'll see all the farms that sell through a farm stand, an on-site farm stand, which is a good bit of farms. We can come down and see who offers a CSA. So it looks like 4 farms offer a CSA. 1 offers agritourism as well. Hoorah. And then, if we wanted to see farms that sell at a local retailer and offer a CSA, then, you can click on as many of these as you would like. And some of them do overlap. But if they've, if they said that they are UPIC and a CSA, then they'll display, even if you just have UPIC selected. So that's the farms and farmers markets. And then we can click on, if we click on a farmer's market or any of the data, it's the similar. we tried to follow the same outline or presentation of data, but obviously asking different questions to our farms and farmers markets than food access resources. So here we have what products are available at this market. For the farms, they would answer it, what products does this farm produce? Operations, how have they changed for COVID? What's your contact info? And then additional information about the market. So that's that layer. And then I'll click on one of these farms too, so you can see that. And then it'll even ask, if you don't use the filter, it will ask, the questions, how do you sell this product? And then what products are available. I'm sorry, that's a little glitchy. But yeah, so our final tab is the food system infrastructure. So, kind of following the same pattern as the previous tabs, introducing the information, asking the user questions about who they are and what they're looking for. And then we have the info summary here and a link to the food system infrastructure survey. And so then we have, the info summary is the same as on the overview. We can see just that breakdown of the different categories of food system infrastructure businesses. And when we click on this little caret, it will tell us which one it is. And then we should be able to click on the icon to the left, and it will take us directly to that point. And we can see, same thing, address, types of product handled. So meat, dairy, fruit, and vegetable, yes, no. And then here we've asked them two unique questions. Are you currently taking new clients? And then do you require GAP certification? Contact information, operations for COVID, and then additional information. So that is the map in a nutshell.
Well, thank you so much. And we do have a couple of questions, but okay. So we'll go ahead and ask the questions, and then Russ Harris from Southwest Commission is going to give us an introduction to his work and what's happening there and their connection with the project. But we had a question, Aaron, that we weren't sure how to answer. Is this a story map or a standalone map? Is that some kind of definition that we should be aware of?
So this is a story map. The view that the view that we're looking at currently is a story map.
So what's that definition? What's the definition of a story map?
So within ArcGIS, they have created this new, it's been around for years, but it's more of a creative way of telling stories and creating tools through mapping. So we chose to use a story map view or presentation because it lends itself to be easier to navigate to someone who is not working with ArcGIS daily. So it basically just helps our end user experience. But yeah, there's many components in the foundation of this tool, but the end view is a story map. And they use story maps to do some really cool storytelling of, there's actually some cool food system ones, like showing you where your Thanksgiving dinner comes from, which is kind of cool, like where turkeys are produced and sweet potatoes and cranberries. But long story short, it's just a more creative, easier to navigate version.
And then the second question was the shaded gray box on the side with instructions and the link to the map. Is that always visible to any user on the website using a laptop or mobile device?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, great, great. All right, well, Russ, it would be great to hear from you about the role that y'all are playing, and just your, because we're recording this, we do want folks who visit this webinar in the future to have an idea of what your work at the Commission is about and how food systems is important to you. So I'm going to hand it over to you to chat with us, if you would.
Okay, absolutely. Thanks, Laura, and thanks, Aaron. So yeah, I work for the Southwestern Commission, and we are the Council of Governments for the 7 far western counties. And so when the federal government or the state wants to work with local communities, it's kind of hard to work with every individual county or every individual town. So we're divided up into regions. So our region is Southwestern North Carolina, and our work is divided up into 3 areas. We have the Area Agency on Aging, we have the Southwestern Workforce Development Board, and then my department is Community and Economic Development. And we tend to work on issues that reach beyond county boundaries and, that affect the whole region. So things like broadband, which Erin is experiencing today in her region, housing, and then, food is also one of those. And all those 3 issues come down to access and equity of access to some degree. So when we work on economic development in our region, we try not to focus on what we don't have so much. We're not out chasing a whole lot of manufacturing. That's a tough sell in the mountains where we are and with our real estate situation and our location. So we try to focus on what we do have. And, one of those assets is our natural assets. We live in a beautiful area. People come here to experience that. And we always kind of say that we're the authentic side of the Smokies. And that's what attracts people here. And we think part of that, too, is our food systems. We think people don't come necessarily to Southwestern North Carolina to eat at a chain restaurant that they could eat at anywhere. We think we have a pretty authentic restaurant scene in a lot of our downtowns and a lot of our communities, and that ties into kind of the agriculture piece of that. Also, we, as part of our role in the region, we do the comprehensive economic development strategy for the 7 western counties, and part of that is to focus on agriculture as a viable economic development area for growth. A lot of times we tend to overlook it a little bit, so we try to stress that to the economic developers in the region that that's important. So each of those issues I mentioned, broadband, housing, and food, all those issues were exacerbated by COVID-19. So the timing of this project to try to show people where they have access to these things and to try to improve that and share that around the region, and it fit perfectly with everything else that we've been focused on for the last couple of years, and it was perfect timing.
Great. Thank you, Russ. And the beauty of this is even though Empowering Mountain Food Systems is a time-limited project, this map will not be. This map will live beyond the life of the project and is easily updatable by the users. And so it's our job in the region to promote this tool and to get producers to be aware of it and to use it in their promotions. So we're at the very beginning part of that, and we're hiring a new regional agent soon, and part of that person's role is going to be to promote this and to keep it updated and to make sure that it's front of mind. I really love that we added the agritourism piece towards the end of this process. And as Russ said, we have these wonderful restaurants out here that really are committed to supporting local farmers. And we see that linkage between restaurants, breweries, farmers, value-added producers that we really will highlight here. So This is just this map is just the beginning. We really want to tie it into the whole regional focus of the beauty of our food system. And I love that, on the authentic side of the Smokies. That's so cool. I put that on my wall, Russ, so I'll start using that language. So with that, that wraps up the webinar for today, unless anybody has any other questions before we wrap this. Jessica has a Google Doc we want to share with you for an evaluation. If y'all can click on that on the right and open it, and I believe she estimated it's about a 30-second process. So we'd appreciate if you would open up that Google Doc there in your chat and fill out this brief evaluation for us. We are deep into this project, and it's extremely important to our funder and to us, to let us know how we're doing and what we can do to support your work in the community. So please take a moment to fill that out, and we'll put this. We can stop recording here, Lauren. And we will share this on our website.